In today's modern automotive world, a luxury car is classed by its tech. Who's got the biggest screens, who's got the latest camera systems, whose cars drive themselves. But 20 years ago, guys, a luxury car was held to a higher standard. It was classed by build quality, it was classed by materials used, and it was classed by engineering design that was meant to stand the test of time. This 1999 AMG E55 is a perfect example of that, and today I'm going to show you why. Welcome back to another Ross review, guys. Today we're standing in front of a 1999 AMG E55 W210 model, guys, and this car really represents the end of an era before AMG moved in with Mercedes. The W210 was the last production car to come out of the AMG factory in Alphaltebach. AMG would receive this car from Mercedes just as a shell, and AMG would then go and build this car up from the ground. And 20 years later, the quality shows. Just want to start off showing you under the bonnet here first with an engine that was truly impressive for 1999. It was a 5.4 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine pumping out around 349 horsepower and 391 pound-foot of torque. It would do 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds and had a top speed of somewhere around 155 miles an hour. All ran through a 5-speed automatic, guys, with rear-wheel drive. Now just coming down to the wheels here, they're 18x8 monoblocks at the front, 18x9s at the rear, with some people also calling these hammers due to this car's previous predecessor having the exact same wheels. And I think they just look absolutely stunning on this car. They really hit the nail on the head. And this is an easy way to distinguish if it's a regular E-Class or an AMG, because all AMGs receive these monoblock wheels. Now, just coming to the rear of the E55, there's not much to really take note of, but you know, you've got your badging, AMG, E55, you know, Mercedes here. One strange thing though is you've got the keyhole for the trunk that's in quite a weird placement, right in the middle there, but for whatever reason, that's how they did it. And then again, you come down, you've got the AMG exhaust. Just take a listen to how this sounds. So we're inside the E55 now, guys, and straight away the first thing that hits me is just these seats. They just feel so soft, like so luxurious, like the leather just feels really nice to touch. It's in this two-tone scheme, and all the controls are electric. You've got all the adjustments here on the door panel for both passenger and driver, including 3 presets for memory settings, which is pretty impressive, especially for a 99. And again, just coming down through the center console here, guys, you've just got this very nice, simple layout. You know, you've got air conditioning, all the controls, heated seats here, guys. You've got electronically operated headrests at the back just by a push of the button. And then again, coming down, you know, you've just got very stylish sort of, you know, wood grain in the middle here. All the windows and everything is electronic, as you would expect. And everything just looks fairly nice in here. And it's fairly timeless in here. I mean, the good thing about this car is that there's not a lot of screens, there's not a lot of technology, I guess that you would say, that dates the car. So, though this car has an older style, inside here it still feels quite nice and it doesn't feel that dated to me. You've got really nice door panels here with this two-tone effect again, beautiful stitching here, and with wood tone accents as well, and it just looks very nice. It's very clean in here. And it's a really nice example. And yeah, coming to the steering wheel, you've got this nice big steering wheel again. It feels very nice in my hands. It's two-toned again, and it just feels fairly good. Again, coming to the gauge cluster here, it's fairly standard. You know, you've got all your basic things that you need. There is a small trip meter down here, but again, it's just very basic. Again, keeping it timeless. It's not got all these little screens in there that make it dated. So that's a good thing, actually. Question for all the AMG people out there, Mercedes people out there. Why is there these orange things on the gauge cluster? Me and the owner, we can't work it out. We're not sure why. Somebody on the internet, please answer that question in the comments. That would be cool. Just another cool thing I like about this E55 is you look out onto the bonnet and you can see that Mercedes emblem stick up high and proud. And it's just something that Mercedes doesn't do anymore. And I've always liked that emblem that sticks up. I think it's really a cool look. And it's unfortunate now that they don't do it anymore. But I like that look, and it's cool that it's on this car. Now, just in the back seat, guys, really, there's so much room back here. It's really roomy. It feels really nice, luxurious. The seats are really comfortable. They've got that same beautiful leather as up front. They're two-toned again. Even the door panels, guys, they're the same as up the front. You've got that nice wood grain in here. Beautiful leather with the stitching. And it's just very nice back here. You know, you've got matte pockets in the back of the seats with some cutouts for your knees, which is really nice to see. And again, you've just got an armrest here that folds down and a couple of cup holders for you. And then, of course, you know, you've just got some air vents back here. And again, this is just a really nice back seat, guys, and gives it that luxurious feel. All right, guys, so driving the 1999 AMG E55. This car is a pretty special car in my books. You know, this is the last car to come out of the proper AMG factory, and it's just a beautiful car in general. I really do think that this car is going to get a lot more credit over the next few years. As this car ages more and more, I really do think this car is going to become a collector's piece. Just from the way this thing looks, the way it drives, and just that fact again that it's the last AMG to come out of the AMG factory, you know, so it's a pretty special car, it really is. Now, straight away driving this car, it really does feel like I am driving a boat. Like, this car is massive, it feels big, it's got a huge presence about it. You've got that Mercedes emblem just flying high in front of you, which is very cool, and it feels very soft. Everything feels soft in here. The seats are soft, the steering is soft, the suspension is soft. Even when I apply the brakes, it feels very soft. It's very luxurious feeling, I guess, if you put it that way. It's definitely not in any way, I think, a performance feeling car, even though this car will do very fast numbers. It gets up and moves, but it just feels very luxurious in that soft and elegant kind of way. So just again, this being the 1999 W210 model, the 2000 year got a facelift. Now the 2000 model received basically all cosmetic upgrades. It had a new front bumper, new side skirts, rear bumper. The taillights had a bit more smoke to them. Inside as well, you had a new gauge cluster. The wheel, I believe, got some controls on it, and also your gear selector, it changed patterns, but internally everything was basically the same. This is a car that really does encourage you to go for long cruises. I mean, I just, just sitting in this seat, driving it right now, it really does feel so comfortable. I really feel like I could do a really long road trip, not be tired, not be sore getting out of this car. And it's just really impressive. This is just sort of like that typical German Autobahn, long drive, going really fast kind of a car, it's just got that really cruiser feel about it. And don't be confused about what I'm saying with it right now. This thing is no slouch. It'll go fast even for modern day standards. 4.9 seconds for a big sedan like this is, that's pretty impressive still. And for 99, that was just really good. You know, that was near supercar level. And it is a very impressive machine, this car. Jesus, man, like that's it. It's very similar power delivery to that Bentley. Wow. Like, the gears seem like they're non-existent. Like, you just feel the slightest gear change and it just keeps moving. Very linear. Just, you know, that naturally aspirated power is just so linear. And yeah, this thing is impressive. It moves. It definitely moves. And yeah, wow. This thing goes pretty quick for a big old boat, but man, it's a very cool ride. Very impressive engineering has gone into this car. You can definitely tell that the moment you sit in this driver's seat and take it for a spin, because everything about it just feels very soft, very luxurious. And then when you put your foot down, man, this thing lets you know it's awake. All right, guys, gonna end the view off here. Huge thanks goes to Daniel at Automotive Works. He's done a lot of work to this E55, and it's done a really nice job. Also, this E55 is actually for sale, guys, so I will link the ad to carsales.com.au in the description below if you're interested. This is a really clean example. I highly doubt there'll be a better one in Australia. Please check it out if you're interested. And yeah, if you like that video, guys, please, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and of course, we'll see you on the next video.